in 1991, there were 501 homeless organisations in London alone. And when I came along and said to these 501 homeless organisations that I am going to give the homeless the opportunity of making their own money and becoming just like you, because there's a them and us. There's the kindly, thoughtful, nice people who do things for the people in need. And as a person who used to be in need, an ex-offender, a scumbag, a social statistic, I can tell you that there comes a time when if you really want a revolution, you have to involve the people with the problem. So you get the people who are a part of the problem to become a part of the solution, of which I am a manifest and quite a pretty version of that. I'm all for the big society. I really am. I'm all for the idea of people getting more involved in changing the way in which we handle the community in which we live in. I would call it the big community rather than the big society, because I think the big society smacks of as though we're apologising for what Margaret Thatcher said when she said there was no society. So are we making up for it by doing that? But the real thing for me, and I said it to Mr. Cameron recently at a dinner that we had at number 10, I said it's great that we have the big society, but in order for the big society to work, the big methodology, the big machinery of government has to work much better. So therefore the prisons have, sorry, I'm going to have to take my tooth out. Oh, sorry. I've got a 3-year-old son who knocked my tooth out. Forgive me. That's the end of it. No more jokes. Did I tell you the one? No, I won't. But in order for the local big society to work, we really do need for prisons to work. So people go in bad and they come out better. Yeah. Like me. I learned to read and write in the prison system. I learned to love Mozart and Beethoven and all those other people. you may be surprised. The real problem today is not the failure of the local society. It's the failure of big government. It's the failure of the fact that we do not have a method in government which actually means that government works well. So just take the prison service. The prison service, with 93% of recidivism, of reoffending, means that we are taking people in and we're making them worse, and then they're coming along to the big society and robbing us blind. Unless we have the government involved in doing that. The National Health Service. When are we going to have a National Health Service? When are we going to have a National Health Service rather than a National Sick Service? Because what we've got is a service that picks up the mistakes made by the patient. Rather than, I spoke to a mate of mine who runs a hospital in London, and he said 70% of the problems with the National Health Service is that 70% of the people who come into his hospital have caused something against themselves. They've had the wrong stuff, they've had the wrong kind of exercise, and all those sorts of things. So really, what we need to do is reinvent government. We need a National Health Service. We need a National Justice Service. And then we can address the problems of how we make society work better. We really need local... I'm sure I've run out of time, have I? Yes. Oh, sorry. All right. Shut up. Can I have his time? Yeah, sorry. So what we need, more than anything, is a well-functioning government so that we can make the local big society work. Thank you very much.